Hello Gemini, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of January 22nd through 28th. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video if you wouldn't mind. It would really help us out with the algorithm. Now, we're going to take a look into your general energies for the week. It's very important that you remain open and receptive to whatever might come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. I can read the energy that comes through, but, I can't always make sense of every particular detail. So very often that final step is up to you. And we've got a Queen of Cups to start us out today. This is some very interesting energy. Good, warm, compassionate energy. But let's put that into some context and see what is going on with that person. Could be a water sign person in your life. Could be an older feminine energy person. I'm getting some like maternal vibes here from that card. We're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card, and I would really like to use the Antique Anatomy Tarot deck for that bonus card, that mystery card. This is all pre-shuffled, but I'm just going to give it a quick go over. And one card from the middle somewhere, and that's our bonus card. That's our mystery card. We're not going to look at it until the very end of the reading. So stick around to the end of this video to see how that might tie everything together, or give us the confirmation that we're looking for at the very end, right? That kind of missing piece of the puzzle. So right away I see we got, some water energy here. We've got some fire, some air. We got some majors. We got a little bit of earth. Not a ton of earth energy, not a ton of fire energy, but the earth and fire that we do have are pretty good. So I think we're going to be okay. Now, the first thing that I see is this relationship with this older feminine energy, maybe a water sign person, but they have a very kind of parental vibe, right? It could be like an older sibling, it could be an aunt, grandma, mom, something that has like a maternal kind of energy to it. Maybe like an older sibling, it could be an older friend. That's possible too. I think that there's some situation going on with you that involves this person. Okay, and the good thing about this situation, and we're going to go into maybe what this is about, why this is an issue, why this is kind of coming up in your reading right now. But I think there's going to be a restoration of this relationship. I think whatever the issues are with this person are going to be resolved, and the two of you are going to really come to a deeper understanding. The relationship is going to be healed. Okay, I think that is the main message, especially with this Sun card here. I think it's going to be that, all of the kind of truth, all of the reality of the situation, all of the feelings, all of the information, right? Everything is going to come to light. It's going to be brought into the light of day. And this is going to provide clear understanding of what really happened, what this other person is really about, what the circumstances were, what the actual events of this thing were, okay? So moving to the recent past, we see a Three of Wands here. I think that something happened in this relationship with this older feminine energy person that in some way you fundamentally disagreed with. Could be their lifestyle, some event, some action that they took, some decision that they made, something that really kind of offended your sense of responsibility, your principles, your moral code, your sense of integrity, your character, right? It kind of challenged your self-respect in a little bit of a way, right? And I think that might be the foundation of the issue with that water sign person, or that older feminine energy kind of maternal person in your life. Not necessarily a water sign, but I'm getting the vibe that they're a water sign. But anyway, some event happened that you just couldn't really accept, okay? Because like I said, it kind of went against your moral code. It went against your just your set of ethics, your own values, right? And it was something that involves this person. It was something something that you fundamentally disagreed with, okay? So that caused a little bit of a rift in this relationship with that water sign person. Beneath the surface, we've got this Ten of Swords. I think maybe the two of you haven't spoken in a while. Okay. It seems to me, and I'm getting an H name. I don't know if if there's an H for one of their initials. Maybe not. I don't know. But I'm getting a strong sense of that letter sound. I don't think the two of you really have spoken much lately. I think you have this kind of foundational energy, because this is underneath the path of the dove here. This kind of, I don't want to talk to them. I think that's kind of your general vibe, is one of, there's really nothing left to say. This is, the Ten of Swords is all about this, the communication, the intellectual, the kind of logical energy, the interpersonal exchange that's reached its limit. Okay, and there's really nothing further to do there. There's almost this sense of there's no need to talk to them again, because there's no information that they could provide. There's nothing that you want or that you need or that you feel should be shared between the two of you. It's kind of, I'm getting that kind of enough is enough, it's the end, there's no reason to go back to it kind of vibe. Okay. And I think it was this situation, whatever happened that kind of offended your personal code, whatever they did, or excuse me, whatever that event was, or that set of circumstances, really gave you a sense of who this person was, like almost like, wow, now I really see the real you, or I see now what you're really all about. It's that kind of a vibe, right? And I feel like you've kind of gone no contact with them. There's been it's kind of what you've accepted, right? I feel like this has been going on for a while. This Three of Wands event, I think probably happened a long time ago. Okay, hey, there's a chance it could be relatively recent, but I think, at least 3 years, probably a lot longer than that. And you've had this general acceptance, this general vibe of, I don't need to talk. We don't need to have a relationship. Okay. But for whatever reason, this week, I feel like some new information is coming out. I feel like there's going to be some kind of update, right, to the case. And you're going to come to this more enlightened understanding of what really went down, what the real motivations were, what the actual facts were. It could be that you remember it a little bit incorrectly, It could be that over time, with the Ten of Swords, over time, our memory of this situation has changed, okay? And the way it actually went down may not be how we remember it now, okay? Especially if this is, 3+ years, 3, 6, 9, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, right? But this week, I feel like there's going to be this illumination, this enlightening of this relationship, or lack of relationship, between you and this older feminine energy, maybe water sign person, maybe with this kind of maternal relationship, okay? But I see what you've been focused on is this earth energy, this Prince of Pentacles. I think that you've been not thinking about this situation at all, really. I think you've been just doing your work, building your life, getting on with things, right? And this situation, maybe you haven't even thought about this person or this situation in years. And maybe now that the cards are bringing it up, that I'm conveying this message to you, you might be a little bit kind of taken aback a little bit, because it's something that I feel, from what I'm seeing here, that you haven't thought of in a while. Not something that's on your mind day to day, I think it's over, it's done with. I think you've cut this person off quite a long time ago. And you've been focused, like this Prince of Pentacles, on just getting your stuff done. Building your life, taking care of your responsibilities, living your life, right? And I feel that you're very much a practical person, pragmatic energy. You understand the kind of day-to-day things that you have to do for your life. And you're very much focused not on the minutia of living, but on each step along the way to building your life, building your success. I feel like that's your energy. You're a creator. You're a builder, let's say. And I think that's where you're focused. Now, in the immediate future, interesting card to have for the immediate future, and this is the Art or Temperance card. This isn't saying that there's going to be a reconciliation. I know a lot of readers would see this, and that'd be the first thing they say, oh, there's going to be some harmony now. Not necessarily. I think what this harmony is going to really be about is your internal harmony, not necessarily between you and that water sign person. It may be that you still never talk to them again. Okay, and that's fine. That's your prerogative. This, I think, is you balancing both your emotional memory of the situation, of what happened, both then and how you still feel about it now that all this is brought back up and you have to kind of feel it again. With the kind of logical understanding, this more enlightened understanding of the context, of the circumstances surrounding that event, that decision, that whatever that energy was. And both your relationship to that situation, the motivations behind it, the more complete understanding of what went down. So this harmony is going on within you. And it could be, that you haven't thought about this in years, but it's still there. It's still within you. It's still in your unconscious. And it probably is still affecting you in some way that may not be so readily apparent. So this is about assimilating all of this memory, all of this negative energy, this emotional energy, whatever was involved here, whatever that was that had happened. Assimilating this and really coming to terms with it, processing it fully with a complete, bright, shining sun on the whole thing, right? So this is both the enlightening of every dark corner of the situation, the context, all of the circumstances around it, the motivations, the actual facts of the situation. But it's being done in such a way that it's not re-traumatizing you. It's not like reliving the pain of this, because the sun is a very generous, very warm, very loving kind of energy, right? So this is something that I think is going to make you feel more safe, more secure, more warm, more cared for, just by yourself, right? Just by your own soul, your own kind of higher wisdom and enlightenment of the situation. That I think it's going to be a very cathartic, a very good experience for you. I think it's really going to bring about a little bit more of this harmony, balance, this wholesomeness within you. Okay, and this again is not saying that you have to call this person or bring them back into your life or make amends or reconcile or let them in. None of that. You don't ever have to talk about this person. You don't ever have to think about this person, let alone reestablish any kind of link or communication with them. This harmony, this balance is between your own heart and mind, really, right? This is the harmony that's going to be established within you. Because I do think that the situation, even if it's not a conscious awareness of it, it still affects you on the unconscious level. So I think this is a time in your life where this needs to be processed. And, maybe you will want to reconcile down the road. That kind of isn't the issue here. That's not really what we're talking about. That could happen, it's possible. But that's not what the energy is saying right now. That's still kind of an unknown factor. That's still entirely up to you, obviously, right? But we're going to transition over to the Path of the Serpent. But I do want to just say that these cards, the tarot cards, are always right, okay? But sometimes as the interpreter, I might not understand your particular situation to every last detail. So I ask you to use your own intuition, connect directly with these cards, and go beyond just what I'm saying, okay? Now, Path of the Serpent, general energy, the Four of Pentacles. Now, this is interesting because typically this means you have a very practical and pragmatic energy about you. You've built up your life. You have a solid foundation. Things are stable. Things are good. Things are safe and secure and, successful. You're manifesting your life. And you're the builder, right? You're the builder and, well, you've been building. Okay, general energy. That's good. But kind of the unknown or the hidden aspect of this Four of Pentacles is that you're kind of isolating yourself. You're kind of closing yourself off to a lot of energy by building such high walls around you, let's say. This could really be a response to some of this energy over here on the Path of the Dove. Whatever this was that happened whatever this, almost lost the mystery card, whatever this dynamic was, whatever this event was, this trauma, whatever, it could be indirectly fueling this kind of builder energy that you have, and you are building the walls higher and higher and higher and higher without really consciously realizing it. You know, it could be a rather isolating experience or an energy, this building up, right? And it could be related to a little bit of suspicion or mistrust, just a general kind of mistrust, right? That may originate with this path of the dove stuff, right? Whatever that water sign person or the older maternal kind of energy is. That's what could be fueling this sense of mistrust or suspicion or of isolation, you know, that we get. And because you're doing all this building, that's your focus of building, 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 where you're building these kind of impenetrable walls around you. Metaphorically speaking, of course, right? But I think it has something to do with this incident. Now, the next card is in terms of the relationship with your environment, and this is the Star card. And this is where I'm getting that kind of H name from. I don't know if this person is an H name or has an H initial, or if there's some kind of an H word involved here somewhere. But in terms of your environment, I think that this process that we're going through, that whatever this kind of enlightenment is, whatever this new revelation or this, it could just be that kind of going through all of this information again and kind of recollecting the data is going to bring you to this greater understanding, right? I don't know that this is literally like some kind of new facts coming into, to your email box or something to give you a new perspective on what happened. But that new perspective is coming. And the new perspective is also related to this intuition, this sense of connection, right? Because what is the sun but our own personal particular star, right? So it's all coming from the same kind of cosmic source. And this is the origin and this is the manifestation of that. So while this might be some new data coming in, I think this is more than that, or in addition to that new data. This is your own recapitulation of it. It's your own intuition. It's your own kind of meditation and processing, your own kind of divine wisdom that's coming in, or coming from your own soul and spirit, that is giving you the enlightenment here, right? It kind of reminds me of the saying, I don't know where it's from, but enlightenment doesn't come from somewhere else into us. Enlightenment comes from within us, right? And that sounds really mystical and abstract, but in this situation, I think it's very, very literal. I think this new perspective, this new enlightenment, this new understanding, where everything will be illuminated and you'll get the full, complete picture and understanding of what this was all about. That's going to come from within you. And there might be new facts coming in from different places. But the real understanding is going to come from within. And that's the message of the Star card here. Okay? And this is your environment. I think you're in an environment now, and it could be because of this isolation. It could be because you've built up such a high walls, very strong and high walls around you, that now you're able to feel safe and secure and stable and, insulated enough where you can process this information in a safe space and come to this revelation, this realization with this intuitive, this divine wisdom, so to speak. Now, your fears, worries, and concerns, of course, this makes perfect sense. This is the Princess of Cups. Now, if we take the Queen of Cups, which was that maternal figure that we started with, your fear is that you're going to be right back in this parent-child relationship again, right? That this understanding, this new perspective, this new revelation or enlightenment is going to put you back in this childlike state where you're going to then have the same dynamic with this maternal type of figure, right? So it's almost going to be a regression, That's the concern, right? I don't think that's coming. I don't think that is what is going to happen. But it's a legitimate worry. You know, we put ourselves back in those memories, in that context, in that time of our life, and then the old parent-child dynamic just gets activated again. That kind of archetype just comes to life, and that's the worry. That's the fear. No, we don't. It's like when you go back to your parents, or you go back to your childhood home, let's say, and instantly you kind of feel like you're 10 years old again, and it's weird, right? Maybe I'm the only one. But it's the same kind of thing. That archetype gets activated, and then you have this dynamic again. And I don't think this is what you want. I think this is what you've been building, what you've been working toward escaping from, to be independent, to build your own life, to have your own foundation, your own base. And I think that this has been a little bit exaggerated, and you've been building the walls a little bit higher than they need to be, right? But this is the concern. That's in the position of the fears, worries, concerns. It's the concern card. And I think that's understandable, completely understandable. But what we have next as the kind of final stage of this energy, right, the more kind of not final outcome, but the more kind of long-term outcome, we have a lovely three of cups. And this is some of this water energy. This is the end result of all of this kind of processing, this enlightenment, this revelation, meditation, recapitulation, whatever you want to call it. Through all this water energy and through the balancing of things, the balancing of forces with that art or temperance card, we really have a reason to be happy. The three of cups is all about abundance. It's all about the just the force and the beauty of this energy now. It's almost like a release, right? It's almost like this water can finally flow, and it's a relief of pressure, right? If all of this water was kind of dammed up in this four of discs, through this process, you're going to kind of let that water flow. I think it's going to be a real cathartic experience for you. It might, this could represent tears, but tears of joy, tears of relief, and tears of sorrow and sadness too. But it's that all that pent-up water energy is finally going to flow, and I think you're going to feel so much better after that, right? And still, this doesn't mean that you have to go and give this person a call or go visit or bring them back into your life in any way. Because this is all something that you are going through, that is going on within you primarily, right? This is your experience. But I think that there's really going to be a reason to celebrate after this. I think you're going to feel the joy when all this pressure can be relieved and released. It's going to be, I think, a very wonderful experience. Now, we're going to take a look at this mystery card, okay? And see if this could be maybe some more fire energy. There wasn't really a ton of fire energy going on. It could be some more air energy, and that's kind of what I'm worried about, is there being more air here. But let's take a look, because this, I don't like teasing this one too much. So interestingly, we've got the Justice card again, or not again, but we've got the Justice or Adjustment card. This is the 8th mystery of the tarot, and this is an interesting card in this Antique Anatomy deck, because this is kind of the head and the heart being unified, right? Which is kind of what we were going at here with this kind of energy. But now with the Justice or the Adjustment card, it kind of is saying that, like, you're going to have this more, it's not going to be this intensity, it's not going to be this exaggeration of energy anymore, right? It's not going to be either the exaggerated earth energy or, even this exaggerated air energy where it's just, completely at its extreme, where it's just like zero contact. You know what I mean? Like just the extreme negative of things. And this is kind of the result of this tempering that we did, this art, right? This taking all of the emotional memories, taking the kind of new information, this enlightenment, this new understanding, and trying to create this balance. Trying to create this balance of the scales between the head and the heart, And of course, this could be talking about a relationship, right? This could be specifically your relationship with this person. How is it going to change? Well, this could be talking about there being a reconciliation, right? We kind of get that vibe from the Justice or Adjustment card. There's going to be some kind of an outcome between you and this person, okay? Could be that the two of you come back together and have a wonderful relationship from here on out. Could be. Unlikely, but it's possible. I think, moreover, what this card is symbolizing is the forgiveness, the letting go, the pent-up emotions that I feel are here that you're not really wanting to confront, that are just kind of beneath the surface. I think those are going to be released through this Three of Cups, and there's going to be this general kind of forgiveness, this general release of any of this animosity or anger or this shame or blame or anything like that. Okay, so I feel in general a real forgiveness, not a forgetting, right? We still have the brain. This is really a beautiful card. We do have the brain on the one side, so you're not going to forget this situation because it's a part of you now, and it's going to be a part of who you are from here on out, right? But in your heart, I think you have to let go of this emotional tension. And that's where we get that Three of Cups. And I think by letting go, by forgiving, by freeing ourselves of that, your life is going to be a lot more calm and balanced. The scales are going to be just a little bit more balanced, a little bit more even. Okay. So I think this is going to be a difficult experience for you, but I think it's going to be a very important experience for you. Whatever phase of your life that you're in right now, whatever you're going through in general with your work or your career, your love life, I think now is really the time where you're going to benefit from going through this experience, because whatever you have coming next or whatever you're trying to accomplish in life is really going to benefit from this balanced energy, this release of all of these unconscious issues that you have surrounding this particular person. Okay. Anyway, we're going to take a look in the extended. If you want to become a member to the channel, you can click on the link that I think is going to be on one of these cards up here, and that'll take you to the extended readings. All the information's in the description box, which you can take a look at that. I also do personal private readings. The information for those is down in the description. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. This was your weekly tarot reading for January 22nd through 28th here on Dove and Serpent Tarot.